All systems go. Clear for liftoff.
What is going on, everybody? Happy Wednesday. I'm back with my man Gyiraszin talking some baseball. I'm going to say hi to people in chat first since I was lacking yesterday and I missed some people to start. So Michael W., Gangrene, Sean Sullivan, Nade's in here, wins a lot. Hope everybody out there having a great day. All we ask is the like button, subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. We got Bob Oso in here as well, and that's the next thing I was going to say. FanDuel, 14 games, DraftKings, 8 games. You can see right here on SaberSim, 3:35, so that's 6:35 Eastern start time on FanDuel. So make sure if you are playing over there, use the stone, use our projections. It is a lot different slate. Gyiraszin and I were talking a little bit pre-show. Obviously, it's almost double the size. DraftKings, 4:10, so 7:10 Eastern, 8 games. That's what we will be discussing on this show. What's up, AX? What's up, Jake, Avery? AX again. Hope everybody out there doing well. Gyiraszin, I know you play on FanDuel too. We're going to be talking at DraftKings, but if there's anything throughout pitching that you want to add or hitting at the end you want to wrap up, you can do that. But yeah, how are we doing today?
Good. And back's a little sore. I was telling you pre-show, man, I'm getting old. My back is killing me. So if I got to stand up, I just got to stand up because I got some pain shooting through my lower leg and cry. It sucks getting old, title. But either way, yeah, what a difference in the two slates. I mean, the 14 games you got on FanDuel, all them 6:35 games, like 6 different games. I mean, shit, we can start talking DK. We're already halfway through the FanDuel slate. We didn't even start talking. So kind of glad in that sense. But, man, it is like I told you, like for me, I play on FanDuel. So, like for me, it was like kind of like a nightmare trying to figure out the two because, you know, there's some pretty good hitting on FanDuel. And not so much on DK, but pitching's kind of tough today. There's some guys that you're going to have to make some decisions on that may have some upside, maybe not in the comfortable of a spot. But, I mean, maybe a couple lower price guys. I think in the 16 pitchers, I think there was like 6 or 7 that I thought was playable. So I think there's a good handful of pitching. But, yeah, we'll have to get in, break it down. But, yeah, the two sites are just so much different. But, yeah, I'll try to chime in a little bit if you know, it comes across my mind.
For sure. Taco Todd, Brittany, what's good, everybody? What a beautiful sunset. Yeah, Gyiraszin on the workbench. That's what Nades and Jake are saying. Too much workbench action through your back out.
True. That does happen quite often, but this time it was a little sore, and then I was a dumbass and ate a painkiller and ate a gummy. Ate 40 milligrams of gummies and went up the bowl last night, and I was feeling no pain. But I woke up this morning and feels like it got stomped on in the back by about 100 people. But whatever, I'll get over it. You get old, you start feeling that shit once in a while. Like you can't do the same shit you used to do. But whatever, it's all fun.
All fun indeed. Yeah, so just what I always like to do, just pulling up the slate too on SaberSim team stacks. And then I like to sort by projected runs. So you can see the Dodgers in a tier of their own. Obviously, the Dodgers always expensive, though, which keeps their ownership in check. Then the Mets. The Mets are cheap. Got the job done yesterday for sure. Excited to hear Gyirazin's take about these Mets today. They're definitely going to get some ownership. And then you can see after the Reds and so on and so forth. But only 2 teams implied for over 5 runs. Going to pitching, taking the average of Ship and Nation and SaberSim sorting by projection. Mackenzie Gore, the highest projected pitcher on the slate. And he's only 8.3K. That will lead to him being the chalkiest pitcher on the slate. I think this number could be even light in flagship stuff, higher stakes stuff. Let's see. 60%. That might even be a little light as well. So I do think Gore is the chalk after that. But, I mean, you see the 2 chalkiest pitchers, according to the average of our ownership in SaberSims, is Connor Prelip and Sasaki, 6.9K. And 7K. So there is cheap pitchers if you do want to go cheap on this slate to spend up at bats. There's also cheap bats on this slate. So I think it's pretty spread out, again, outside of Mackenzie Gore. I'm going to say 10-5 Chase Burns all the way down to Let's go. We'll go Christian Scott at 7.2K, and then we'll tackle this lower tier. What do you got at pitching?
Yeah, I mean, pitching. I mean, if we're going to start with Scott moving on up, I mean, Scott's interesting. I mean, he's got a good name. I mean, that's for sure. But, I mean, if you want to look at him here, I mean, he is priced down there a little bit. He gets a matchup with the Royals that, I'm not all that in love with. He does have some control issues. He hasn't got the 6 innings that I've seen this whole year. His last 3 starts, he's been at 4 innings, 4 innings, 4 innings. He's given up a few earned runs. I get his K percentage is pretty high at 28%. There are a few strikeouts. But, man, if I'm only getting 4 innings out of this dude, and he's probably going to give up 3 or 4 earned runs title, and, I mean, he could have 6, 7 Ks. I mean, you're going to get what you see in his game log. You're going to get 13 points, 12 points, 14 points, 10. So, to me, man, I don't like it. So, to me, if Scott, he's in play, but if he's going to be a little bit chalkier and he's going to be highly owned, I think I'd just rather try to find somebody else. I think Scott is going to be fairly chalky because, I mean, if you're looking at like guys like Sasaki, like why would you want to play Sasaki over Scott unless you just, you're looking for the win total, whatever else. But yeah, I don't know. I just think, to me, I just kind of leave Scott alone. He worries me, actually. Now, moving on up, I'm not interested in McGreevy or Bennett. King, Urania, I'm not interested in. Gore against the Angels, I can see why he's chalk. So, you're just looking at Gore. They got a lot of strikeouts over here in this Angels lineup here against lefties. Neto's 28%. Guzman, if he's in there, 42%. Peraza, Siri. They got Soler's 27%. So they got some strikeout bats over in that lineup. And Gore's at 27% strikeout rate against righties. So I think that's interesting. Gore's problem is he walks a lot of lefties. He's at a 14% walk rate. The top of that lineup for the Angels is kind of patient. So, I mean, with Gore being the chalky guy, I do see a path to where he could get beat if he starts walking some of these lefties. But, I mean, we don't have much to work with here as far as pitching on this slate. And Gore against the Angels, it just seems like the Angels are a team we've been going after for strikeouts basically all year. So I think Gore's definitely in play, probably, especially at 8,300. I think that's a big deal. Davis Martin, that's a tough click. I don't think I really want to go there. And then I think the 2 guys at the top are really interesting because I don't think you're going to get the ownership that you're going to see. And I think Harrison, you got a St. Louis team. I mean, he just saw Gasser was a lefty, so he saw 2 lefties in a row here by the Brewers, and now he's way better than the other 2. So I think just looking at Harrison, I do like his upside. I don't like the matchup really with the Cardinals, but Harrison's been pretty good most of this year. So I think Harrison, for me, is a guy that I like as my favorite pivot. And then if you want to look at Chase Burns, he's got a really tough matchup against a really powerful team in Philadelphia from the left side. I mean, we obviously know Schwarber is a freaking beast. That dude's just seeing beach balls, hitting bombs left and right. But, I mean, Burns does have some upside for some Ks. So if Burns can keep the power issues down, I think Burns is another interesting play because I don't think too many people are going to play him. And I think he definitely has some upside. I mean, he's got 29% K percentage. So, I mean, I think it's an interesting slate from pitching perspective. Like I said, there's 6, 7 guys I think I'd leave in my pool of the total of the 16. But, man, the 2 guys up on top are probably going to get the ownership. And I think Harrison at 9,500, I think is a guy that would be my favorite play on DK.
I'm not going to argue with that at all. Seeing sub 10%, he's been so good this year outside really of his last start. So as a pivot, and I do like some cheap offenses on this slate. So I think Burns is in play for that reason. It's not as contrarian, but still 25% for the best pitcher on the slate with the most strikeout upside. Obviously the matchup, the park, not great. But there's, again, cheap bats on this slate, cheap SP2s I'm fine playing. So Burns, Harrison, I'm in on, like you said. I have more interest in Davis Martin than you, and I think it's mainly because he's really low owned. And over at our tools, when I pull up the stone, but yeah, I'll give a little spoiler. He is number 1 right now in our pitcher ranking. So when I see that at sub 10%, only 8.5K, I'll take a chance on that. And he's right by Mackenzie Gore, who's going to be a lot more popular. So yeah, I'm interested in these top 4 pitchers. After that, don't love King. Yeah, I mean, Scott has strikeout upside, like you said. Man, I almost prefer the Royals to Scott, though. I don't love it at ownership. And then we'll get down to, like Sasaki, Prelip. Prelip's the easy click as the SP2. Taj Bradley just absolutely mowed this Minnesota or this Cleveland team. And he's 32% owned, though, is the main problem with Prelip. Davis Martin Prelip, though. Kyle Harrison Prelip. Like, that's different enough when you pair him with that. When you go Gore Prelip, even Burns Prelip, it's getting a little chalkier. Still enough ways to get different, I think, with bats if you want to do so. But, yeah, I think Prelip's a good SP2, and that's kind of why Harrison Martin look good to get different up top. Any of these other guys you can make a case for, and then do talk about Sasaki and Prelip.
Yeah, there's really nobody else down here I think I could make a case for. Now, Prelip is my favorite, actually. I mean, he's sitting here at 6,900 against an Indians team who can't hit their way out of a paper bag against lefties. So I think, for me, Guardians got a 285 WOBA, almost 23% strikeout rate.
Who's the Guardians?
Who? The Indians, I said, didn't I?
No, you said the Guardians.
I don't ever say the Guardians.
That's what I mean. That's what I mean.
That's bad news. Maybe they'll do something today if I call them by the right name. But yeah, I think they're definitely he's definitely in play today. That's for sure. So like with Prelip though, he does get barreled up by the lefties. I mean, he's at a 14% barrel up rate, but man, I'm just not afraid of what the Indians are bringing to the table as far as power. So I think they're he's in a really good spot. I mean, his K prop's 5.5. I think that's pretty good, especially at his price. So call them the Redskins, Avery says. Yeah, I should call them the Redskins. They should be the Redskins. Like, if the Seminoles can be the Seminoles, like, what the hell? So, but either way, that's for we'll have another show about that one day. But Sasaki, man, isn't Sasaki hard to play? Like for me, Sasaki just is so up and down. Like, I get he has a great matchup here against the Rockies, but the Rockies seem like they've been pretty pesky here in recent times. So Sasaki, I feel like when Sasaki is getting to the point where, like, if he's chalky, I kind of don't like to play him. Like, I just like Sasaki when nobody else wants to play him. So I'm not really a fan. Sasaki's been shitty his last 3 out of 4 starts too, like really bad. So I'm not really interested in that one. I'll let everybody else play him. I'm not interested in that. But Prelip for me, I think, is interesting. Gore is interesting. A couple guys up at the top, as we mentioned, are interesting. I'd probably leave Scott in my pool just because of his strikeout upside, but I just don't like the matchup. If he's going to be higher owned, I'd be underweight just because of his walk issues and his power issues, and he hasn't even got to 5 innings his last few starts. So that definitely is concerning for me. But I think it's an interesting slate. But man, I think Harrison for me is just the guy that's just screaming, is a guy in a great spot. I think Harrison for me is somebody that is my favorite. Harrison, Prelip, and Gore would be my 3 favorite.
All right. What's up, kid? Good to see you. Sean, I know you said no to Jake Bennett. Any additional thoughts on him? Why you said no?
I just don't really like picking on the White Sox, to be truthful with you. It just seems like every time I pick on the White Sox, they're a thorn in my ass. So certain teams I just don't like to pick on. If you want to go there, I mean, he's been good. His last few starts been 6 innings. His last 3 starts, he's been pretty good. 6 strikeouts, 3 strikeouts, 9 strikeouts. It's just really hard for me to line up against the White Sox. I mean, maybe more I think about it, I think he could be interesting, as Nades is even saying there in the chat. But man, the White Sox to me is just a team I don't like to fool with, to be honest with you.
Fair enough. Yeezy adds additional point, struggle against left-handed pitching. So
he's a great pivot. I think he's a good pivot. He's not being talked about. Ownership's not there.
Yeah, there you go. Got a couple other takes in the chat. I don't really have it. I'd leave him in my pool. If Nate says he's interesting, what Yeezy's saying, I'd leave him in my pool, but I don't love it. All right, let's go and talk some bats. Before we do so, let's head over to the Shipping Nation homepage. You can see right here, you can see all of our shows, all the sports that we offer, SaberSim, our partner optimizers. Shows, though, tonight, myself and Big Marley talking UFC 329, 8:45 Eastern. Conor McGregor is back, and when Conor McGregor is back, all eyes are on the sports, and that means bigger prizes in DFS. 200K, I believe, to first place this week on Saturday. Going to be a lot of fun. Big Marley and I have you covered. MMA content here. PGA, the Scottish Open, also starts 2 a.m. Eastern tomorrow morning, 11 p.m. my time. So got to get in golf, and I think all of our content is fully up. Our shows, you saw Leverage Lane this morning. Definitely get in the streets. Big prizes, always a lot of fun. One of my favorite sports with the cut line on Friday, and then if you have a sweat on Sunday, of course, MLB every single day, NASCAR on Sundays. Usually $99. You can get in for $49 for the first month. All of those sports, SaberSim and the Discord. Bottom left, join the nation. 2 other options if you just want to try us. 5 days, it'll take you through NASCAR Sunday. $19, SaberSim and the Discord. And if you just play MLB far right, we do have single sport options. You can get in less than $1 a day. Projections, ownership, Slate Station, which has everything on their cores, pitcher rankings, all of that. And then, of course, the Stone, which we are going to hop over right now. Let me minimize. There we go. McGregor going to get slept or going to sleep. Wow, okay. Jake's on Connor that he's going to sleep max. We will see. It's going to be a lot of fun. Patty Benoit, too. Some bangers on that card. You guys are here to listen to baseball, though. First game in terms of the DraftKings slates. It is not 7 Eastern. It is actually 7:10, but it's the Reds and the Phillies. Chase Burns, Alan Rangel on the mound. Let me check this real quick. Yeah, it is. Is it or is it Brad Keller? See, this just happened yesterday as well. What are the Phillies doing?
I show Brad Keller.
All right. So then the Stones messed up a bit. Reds are gonna get some ownership on the slate. Talk about them, and then are you gonna pick on Chase Burns at all?
No, I'm not interested in picking on Chase Burns. I can't go there. I'm not doing that. I mean, if Keller's not starting, I mean, I would assume it would be a bullpen game. I mean, he hasn't he's coming off an injury. So, even if he doesn't go very long.
DraftKings is saying the same Allen that we have right here as well.
All right. Well, then maybe Keller. Then it's going to be a bullpen type game. So,
yeah.
I mean, then they're going to be able to mix and match. The Reds do have a lot of strikeout capability, but it's hard. I don't really like a lot of times playing these bullpen type games. The Reds, I want to see what's going to happen here. I guess, it's only 4:19. We still got a few hours. I want to see if Keller's in there or not. I was kind of assuming Keller might go for a few innings or so. But, I mean, that Philadelphia bullpen's pretty good, too. So it's kind of hard to really want to pick on them. But, I'm not really a fan of either side in this one.
All right, we'll go to the next game, the game that absolutely nuked yesterday, the Mets and the Royals. Randy Dobnak and Christian Scott on the mound. Christian Scott going to get some ownership, and the Royals are going to go, I think, Cruz to start, and then it's going to be Dobnak as a long reliever, but more so a bullpen game as well for the Royals. And man, if Scott's going to be 20% like you're saying, it's good hitting weather again in New York. Ken, do you have any interest there? And then the Mets, I think they're going to be one of the chalkier teams on the slate. Ewing, an absolutely monster game yesterday. Lindor absolutely continues to do nothing, but he's cheap at a onesie position. I think he gets some ownership. Juan Soto, one of the spends on the slate. What do you think about the Mets that are going to get some ownership, and then any Royals for you?
Man, I can't do it, man. I just let everybody else play the Mets. I mean, that was an anomaly of them scoring a bunch of runs yesterday. Them guys stink, man. And I think I was telling you, of all them runs scored in that game, there was still only 2 home runs or something hit, maybe 3 if it tops. So it wasn't like it was a home run fest. So, I don't know. Soto's a pimp. We all know that. He's really good. But this Dobnak character who's going to probably come in after Cruz that I'm seeing here he's a low strikeout pitcher who gets a lot of ground balls. So, I generally don't like picking on guys that throw a lot of ground balls unless I got a team full of just absolute fly ball hitters. I mean, the Mets do have a decent amount of fly ball hitters, but man, it's just the Mets. I can't, once I get something like that in my mind, man, I just don't, I'm stubborn. I'm just a stubborn ass. I don't do it. So, I mean, if everybody else wants to play the Mets. Cool. I'm not doing it because I'm on FanDuel. There's a ton more offense on FanDuel. So it's kind of like different for me. I mean, the Mets would be way far down on FanDuel than compared to over here on DK. So they're not really, they're just not for me today. Now, the other side of it, Kansas City against Christian Scott. I mean, he does give up some power. So I think
Caglione, Bobby Witt.
What's that?
Caglione looks good in the 3 spot.
Yeah, I was just saying, like, let's look for some power guys here from some of these Royals. I think would be interesting. I mean, he's got a barrel percentage, that being Scott, of 8.5%, ISO at 189, fly ball rate 29%. So I mean, he's giving up fly balls. So I think Caglione in the 3-hole is definitely interesting. Bobby Witt's always interesting. But yeah, if you're looking for maybe a couple one-offs with a little bit of leverage, I think you could look for some Royals.
Yeah, I don't hate the Royals. I think they're. I'm good with them as like more mini stacks. The top half of the order. They are really cheap though. If you do want to get like a double spend pitcher in Harrison or Burns or play some Dodgers after Bobby Witt. I mean, Jensen and Caglione are relatively have a price tag, but after that, no one above 4K. So if you do 5-man stack them, you're going to get some savings, but I would definitely focus on Bobby Witt and Caglione as the main ones. Jensen at catcher looks pretty good. Yeah, 20% ownership on Scott. I think the Royals are pretty interesting. Mets, oh, man, I don't know. At ownership, like Polanco being second base and third base, eligible at only 3.6K. He's going to get ownership. Lindor's just been so bad. Soto. I don't love it. Hitter rankings are fine. More mini stacks, I think, for the Mets. Don't love this game as much. The Red Sox and the White Sox. Jake Bennett, Davis Martin. Again, look at that. Davis Martin, number 1 in our pitcher ranking at only 9%. Makes me have some interest in him and makes me not like these Red Sox. And then I think the White Sox, like the top half of the order, Vargas, Grichuk. If you want to go lefty, Colson at very low ownership at a onesie position, I'm fine with it. Don't really want to get to the bottom of the order though, but I think 1 through 4 is fine. What are your thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, I don't really like picking on either pitcher, to be honest with you. I mean, Bennett has been good, like we discussed a little bit. It's just hard for me with the White Sox. White Sox are top 10 in OPS in all of baseball against left-handed pitching. So Vargas is just smokes lefties. I mean, this dude he's a beast. Grichuk has been good over his career. So if he's sitting in the 2-hole, I don't mind that as a cheap one-off play too. But Vargas would definitely be in play. And then on Boston's side, if I was to play Boston, I think I would just probably full stack it. But I just I got them way down my list. Like I said, on FanDuel, they wouldn't even be my top 10. And on DK, they're probably not even close to that either. So, I don't think I could do that. And, we're talking about the Mets, with the ownership. Like, I don't like to play the Mets in general. So if it's going to get ownership, I surely don't like the Mets. You know what I mean? Like, no, man.
Yeah, I mean, if you almost fade them all year and that's a team you write off, why would you play them when they're getting ownership? That's the last time you'd want to play a team like that.
Right. It's kind of like your birthday when people are playing them. Like, it's a good thing. I mean, let them play them. The Mets are just not good. I'm not doing it.
I mean, so the Mets this year are the Royals for you last year. That's what I've noticed.
At this point in time, yes.
Yeah. What's up, Colin? Hope you're doing well. Great to see you as always. You said what about the Red Sox? Did you have any interest in that?
They're way down my list. If I was to play them, I'd probably just full stack them. Martin just doesn't really seem to get beat up all that much. I mean, he's more of a ground ball type pitcher, but I wouldn't have him in my pool if I got even 10 teams. I wouldn't even have him.
All right. Sounds good. Keep it rolling. Again, appreciate everyone hanging out. Like button, subscribe button. Helps us out a ton. That is all we ask for, bringing you shows for free on this channel almost every single day. Guardians and the Twins, Connor Prelip and Slade Sessione on the mound. I'm seeing Twins at pretty low ownership. I'm seeing Sessione as terrible in our pitcher rankings. I'm seeing some all right hitter rankings in the top half of this order. I do have interest in the Twins. This is a cheap stack that I do have interest in that I think you can pair with spend up pitching with the Dodgers. And I like the lineup quite a bit, 1 through 9. So the Twins are one of my favorites, and then the Guardians. Prelip's going to be chalky, but man, it does not feel comfortable, and it never does to stack the Guardians. So I still think I'm on chalk Prelip over leverage Guardians. How do you feel about this game?
Yeah, I'm not interested in any of the Indians, but as far as Sassoni goes, I mean, he is reverse splitsy, 15.7% strikeout rate to righties. He's at 19% strikeout rate to lefties. I mean, he's getting barreled up by righties at 9.5%. So, I mean, you're going to see what Royce Lewis, Bell, Brooks Lee, Caratini, Kreidler. It's just not the most powerful bunch. But and I do respect the bullpen behind Sassoni. So, I mean, I don't have the Twins ranked up that high, but they're definitely a cheap stack. I mean, they fill all the tough positions too. Like, Lee and all them guys, they play multiple infield spots. So, like, maybe like a mini stack if you wanted to go that route, if you wanted to use them. But I don't know if I really like the power enough. And then they even have to go against that bullpen. And Sassoni's got more of a ground ball lean too, so that does concern me as well.
All right, next game on the slate. We got this one right yesterday. Got some right, got some wrong, but the Brew Crew did a number, and they are back taking on Michael McGreevy. The Cards are taking on Kyle Harrison. We both expressed interest in Kyle Harrison, so I'm not going to play too many Cardinals, if any. With that being said, solid hitter rankings in the top half of this order, and they do have some pop. Herrera at a catcher position, Jordan Walker, Velasquez is cheap. I don't love it, but yeah, hitter rankings, ownership, if you want to get different. I do have interest in the Brewers, though. I mean, you want lefties against McGreevy, Yelich, Turang, Bowers, Mitchell, Frelick. If you go to the cheap about it, like Ortiz fills out 2 onesie positions at pretty much stone minimum. I think the Brewers are fine today on this slate. Fine. I don't like them as much as I did yesterday. They're not in my top 3, but they're probably like 5-ish. Guaranteed ninth inning at bats. It's hot. What do you think?
Yeah, I mean, I don't love the Brewers. I liked them more yesterday than I do
Nades likes them.
Yeah, well, of course. But, I mean, McGreevy's a ground ball lean, 45, 46%, both sides of the plate. That is the one concerning thing for me, but he's been getting barreled up by lefties at 9.8%. His K percentage is really low, 13.6%. So as long as the Brewers don't beat it in the dirt like they do quite often, I mean, they could get to McGreevy. But if you look at his game log, he's only given up more than 2 earned runs like once in his last like 6-7 starts. So, he's just a guy, consistent guy that's going to get outs, ground ball type pitcher. So those are the guys that I worry about against the Brewers. So, if he was more of a fly ball lean, I think I would like it a little bit more. I mean, he does have a 27%. That's kind of like on the outskirts. I mean, it's not the worst. I guess I kind of could live with it. I wouldn't cross him all the way off. If you get a guy that's in the high 50% range ground balls, that's when I really don't like the Brewers. So I'd say this is kind of like in the borderline for me, but I just don't have them ranked up as high as maybe you guys do. But I mean, they're in play, and plus that Cardinals team has been pretty good recent times. Bullpen ain't bad, so I don't know. I think there's a different time and a place to play some Brewers, and I don't know. I don't think today's it. You're on mute.
Donkey. I don't know what that's supposed to mean. I was saying I'm on Nade's side more than I'm on your side, and it was muting me out. So maybe that's not good news for the Brewers today. But yeah, I like the Brewers. Probably like 4th or 5th in terms of stacks for me. That ownership, I don't know. That ownership actually, taking a second glance, looks high. I'm not sure I necessarily believe it. Yeah, I think I don't think I believe it too much, but they're going to get some regardless. Next game on the slate, Texas Rangers and the Los Angeles Angels. Chalk, Mackenzie Gore, and Walbert Urena. I don't know if again, if you just look at pitcher rankings and then ownership, it seems pretty interesting to play some of these Angels. I mean, you can always play Mike Trout. You're paying for it, though. Zach Neto, I think, is my favorite if having to choose one. Soler always has power. I don't mind Joe Adell. I think mini stacks are fine when you're not playing Mackenzie Gore and you're eating like chalk Mets or chalk Dodgers or some chalk pitching outside of that. But I don't love it as the 5-man stack. As far as the Rangers, Urena keeps the ball on the ground, But man, they're so cheap. 4K is the highest price for someone, Jake Berger. You only can play Berger or Jock, unfortunately. But like they're free. If you want to, same thing I said about the Angels. If you do want to play Chase Burns or Kyle Harrison or Dodgers, expensive stuff, it is so easy to fit some of these guys. I'm not sure I would go. I don't know. I'll let you talk about it. Would you play the bottom of this Rangers order? Because it does get pretty gross.
It's just hard to pick on Urania. I think he's only given up like 5 home runs all year. I mean, the dude don't give up home runs. He keeps the ball on the ground quite a bit. I mean, his ground ball rates are really high, 56% to the left side, 54% to the right side. And I was just glancing through his game log. I mean, he gave a home run up 4 starts ago. And then, I mean, he literally has given up like 5 homers all year. So it's just kind of hard for me to attack a guy like that with such a ground ball lean. So I don't even really want any one-offs in that spot. And if you want to pick on Mackenzie Gore, I mean, obviously, you know, you're going to get a little bit of leverage if you wanted to go there. You know, maybe Neto, you could look at Joe Adell. I mean, maybe that's probably about as far as I'd go if you wanted to go that route. But I don't love it either. I think McGore is going to be fairly owned. I mean, you got a total sitting at 7.5 in that game, lowest on the slate. Everybody else is pretty much sitting at 8.5, 9 or higher. So, no reason to try to squeeze out some offense in this one.
All right, 2 games left. San Diego Padres, Arizona Diamondbacks, Michael King, Jose Cabrera. This game's not really getting ownership on either side. Man, the Padres have been bad, but if we're just looking at some of the worst pitchers on the slate, I think Jose Cabrera is one of those guys, which makes the Padres, who are cheap, another cheap stack in play for me. As far as the D-backs, don't really want to stack it up, but again, Corbin Carroll's 4.8K. Kettle Marte is 4.9K. Sure, absolutely, all day long. So I think Marte and Carroll are interesting. Don't mind Moreno for cheap. I guess Perdomo's fine too. So 1 through 4, and then I think I have to go back to these Padres against Cabrera, even though it's gross. But at this ownership, I don't like the Rockies much. Don't love this Rangers-Angels game too much. Don't like the Cardinals. Don't like the Guardians. Don't like the Red Sox. When you cross off enough teams, you got to play some. So I guess I have more interest in this game than the field. What about you?
Yeah, I just thought yesterday with the Padres going against Gallen that, you know, like we said, I wouldn't play the Padres, haven't been playing the Padres, but if you're going to play the Padres, you'd be against somebody like Gallen, and they didn't score but 4 runs yesterday. So
does that make you – that makes me like them more today, to be honest, because like everyone's saying it in chat. If there was a time to play the Padres, you play them yesterday. They bust yesterday. Now no one plays them today.
I mean, in that
sounds
theory,
like DFS.
sure. But that's like zipping your dick in your zipper. Like you don't do that shit again. Like that shit hurts, man. So, you know, but I mean, if you wanted to, I see the theory on it. I mean, you're sitting in San Diego, you got a late game. I don't really like the conditions anyway. But yeah, I mean, I see the reason to pick on Cabrera, and that bullpen is not all that great either. So I don't mind that at all, I guess. It's just the Padres. It's just hard for me to click on them. But, I mean, it just seems like Bogarts is broke, Machado. It just seems like they're all pretty much broke. I think Cronenworth's the guy that hit the home run yesterday, if I remember right. Yeah. He's the only one that did shit. So, and he was the cheapest one of them all. I think he was like 2,400 or something on FanDuel yesterday. But
23 on DK again. Yeah,
he's been hitting the ball decent. I mean, and then King on the other side, I do kind of like the D-backs. I like the D-backs a little bit more than probably than most. I mean, King doesn't have that many strikeouts. He's at 20% pretty much both sides. Fly ball rates isn't the greatest. He's a mid-ground ball lean pitcher, but he does get barreled up by lefties at 10%. So Marte, Perdomo, Corbin Carroll, Kepler even, I think these guys are in play here today. So, yeah, give me some of these D-backs. I got the D-backs on DK would probably be in my top 4 or 5. But, because I mean, just kind of looking back, I think I'd recircle on the Reds. I think I'd play some Reds now because, like I said, I wasn't sure with Keller and then, like, who's going to be in there. So I think the Reds are interesting. I think, you know, the D-backs here are interesting. And then the next game we're going to get to, I like both sides of that game. as well. Actually, Dodgers are obviously the favorite for everybody today. But yeah, I think the Mets are the one for me that are getting the love that I just don't want to play. I mean, like you said, I've been playing them all year, and when they're going to be fairly chalky, I definitely am not going to play them. So I just leave them be. But man, I think the Rockies are interesting here against Sasaki. I mean, this guy's been up and down, and I think the Dodgers are obviously the best play on the board. But man, I think both sides of this game is interesting coming up.
I mean, take it away.
So, but yeah, I mean, Hughes, that he's not very good. The Colorado bullpen we know is not very good. So I like every bit of this Dodger lineup all the way up and down, all the way up and down. I mean, Dalton Rushing seems to be hitting. And, man, what a goofball that dude is too, man. You guys seen some of the videos of him, like, beating himself in the head and shit in the locker, like on the dugout and crap? It's like, man, this dude is just a loose cannon, man. Like, holy shit. I'd be teasing the shit out of that dude if I was on his team, man. Like, that dude would hate me. He'd probably want to fight me after a while because he's the dude that you could play in any kind of game and just get under his skin so bad. And if he was doing that, how funny is that shit? I'd be laughing at him the whole damn time.
I thought you said if you were his teammate, you'd be chirping him too.
Oh, hell yeah, I'd be chirping his ass if I was teammate, because then on the bus and shit and the plane, we'd be playing some poker tight. I'd be taking that sucker's money. He'd be hating me. I mean, just guys like that with attitudes like that get so mad at shit. Them are the dudes I love to fuck with. It don't matter. I got a couple buddies like that, man. They're so competitive. I don't care if I'm beating them at whatever. I'm talking shit the whole time because it's just fun. As soon as they punch something, I'm like, yes, I got it.
That's funny.
So, but either way, though, the Rockies on the other side against Sasaki is something that I got probably more interest in than most. I mean, Sasaki, I mean, he's got walkie shoes to the left side, 12%. We know he's got some lefties he's going to have to see. McCarthy, Moniak, Rumfield, Johnson, Carrig, I think, is in a really good spot. Julian can hit the piss out of the ball. So he's going to see quite a bit of lefties. His WOBA is 347 to the left side. His ground ball rate is 42%. He's got a 28% fly ball rate. But, man, he's been getting barreled up by both sides of the plate. He actually gets barreled up 15.5% by the right side and 10.5% by the left side. So, man, I think this game could be a softball game on both sides. I think the Rockies are going to go lower owned than they should. And, yeah, I mean, the Dodger bullpen's good, but, man, I think they could get to Sasaki here today. And but Dodgers, for me, stand out by far, number one stack on both sides, by far. You and your sore back. You know, you're probably right. You're probably right.
Yeah, he's definitely right, for sure.
But see, I'd have a teammate that would definitely be with me to help me out.
Yeah, Gyiraszin in his prime, I've heard some stories. They call him
I used to scrap it up when I was a youngster, but I'm getting too old for that shit.
Yeah, you can't even get out of bed and take a piss without your back hurting.
Right, man. This shit's brutal.
Oh, shit. All right, so I usually don't do this, but Taco Todd wants a home run play.
Todd wants some home run calls, huh?
You want me to go first, or you want to go first?
How about you go first? I'm going to pull a couple good ones out for you.
Ketel Marte, 4.9K, 6% ownership at a onesie position at second base.
All right. I like that. I got two.
All right.
So the first one I'm rolling with is Mickey Moniak. I think Moniak hits a bomb today. And then you know, when all else fails, you always go to Eugenio Suarez. A good old Eugenio. Gonna get the job done.
All right. Then we got Nate.
I do like Cole Carrick, too. That dude's going to be a good ball player throughout his career.
You got any cards of his?
And Brittany, did you say it was your 50th birthday? Happy birthday. So
No. This was the sunrise picture on her 50th birthday.
Oh, all right. I thought it was today was your birthday. I was going to say, damn, happy birthday. Glad you're sharing it with us. But, yeah, I mean, I do like Rumfield. Caglione, Sean, that's a good one, too. But, yeah, I do think we're going to see some offense today. But, man, that FanDuel slate is just so much different over there. I mean, on FanDuel, I got Orioles, Cubbies, Tigers, Nats, Pirates. I got them all ahead of all these teams on our side. So, but yeah, interesting day of baseball, that's for sure. Let's keep them. Let's get some screenshots in that Discord here tonight.
Absolutely, yeah. FanDuel winner might score 255, and DK might be like 140. You never know. It's a way different slate. 14 games versus 8. If you are playing on FanDuel, 6:35 Eastern start time. Check out. You can see up MLB projections. You can see their ownership and projections on FanDuel. If on the Stone as well, though, you can see Cubs, Orioles, all of these games above hitter rankings. So check all of that out. Slate Station, Core's on there, FanDuel as well. The rankings can sort by position. This is a premium product. Of course, MMA going on. Big Marley and I will be talking some fights in a couple hours. NASCAR on Sundays. PGA locks tonight or tomorrow morning, depending which time zone you're at. We would love to have you at the Nation. Again, chipination.com. This is the homepage. Usually $99, now $49 for your first month. You get SaberSim and access to the Discord, the best Discord around. Definitely do get in. Bottom left, join the Nation. Can get in for $19, 5 days. That will take you through NASCAR Sunday, SaberSim and Discord. And then far right, single sport packages, MLB. If that's all you play, we still have many more months left. Less than $1 a day to get in, only $20 more if you do want to add SaberSim. Gyiraszin gave some of his top stacks for FanDuel there.
Orioles for me. Probably throw in some Orioles. I like the Orioles about as much as I do the Dodgers on FanDuel.
Cool. And it looks like weather is good to go across all 14 games. So shout out to Roth doing his free work over at Prop Finder. You can find it there. That's going to do it. Gyiraszin, always good talking with you. 2 days in a row. Feeling blessed. Got some laughs out. You have a good night. Hopefully your back gets better. Hopefully some Ship It Nation logos are at the top of the leaderboard. That'll do it for us. For Gyiraszin on Titletown. Have a good night. Peace.